Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay Marie, and today's video is going to be a challenge. Well, not really a challenge, but I guess it kind of is, reading challenge. I'm going to be doing a reading like Clockwork Reader challenge where I'm reading some of her favorite books. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into what I'm reading and what I'll be watching, because I am watching something for this video as well. So the books that will be in this video are going to be The Night Circus. What's the other ones? My mind is blanking, sorry. The Night Circus, Daisy Jones and the Six, and Ruin and Rising, which is the last book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So if you would like to see my reactions on that, stick around. And then for the show, I'm going to be watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I've never seen any anime ever. So this is going to be my first anime, intro to anime as well. So we'll see how I feel about that. I'm pretty excited. I know there's been at least one other person that's done this challenge in the past, and I watched her video and I loved it and it was so interesting. So I thought this could be fun. And you know, I love a Clockwork Reader. I love her videos. I think she's one of the best booktubers out there. Just putting that out there. If you haven't watched her, I will link her channel down below. Her name is Hannah, but I have a real life best friend named Hannah, so I'm just going to refer in this video to Clockwork Reader so that we don't get anything mixed up. But yeah, I'm very excited. I already love the Shadow and Bone trilogy, so I'm sure that I will love the third one as well. But I am sad that that series is ending. It makes me really sad because I love that series so much. But I'm also looking forward to reading Six of Crows, which I will start after this challenge is over, because I'm trying to focus on just these books so I can get them done and get this video out as quickly as I can. It's gonna be a while, but yeah, I'm very excited for it. So without any further ado, let's get into reading Ruin and Rising. Alright, so now let's get comfy, get cozy, and I'm going to continue listening to my audiobook of Ruin and Rising. So let's see how this goes.
Of Ravka, and now it is time for you to take the rest you deserve. Tonight, you will write out a letter of abdication. King blinked in confusion, eyelids stuttering as if he couldn't quite comprehend what he was hearing. I will do no such. You will write the letter, and tomorrow you will leave on the Kingfisher. It will take you to Oskervo, where you'll be seen safely aboard the Volkvolny and across the True Sea. You can go someplace warm, maybe the southern colonies. The colonies? The Queen gasped. You will...
Okay. Can we talk about the reader for the audiobook and her accent? It's kind of ridiculous. And it takes a lot to get used to when you first read the books or listen to the audiobook, because it's not something that you expect. And it's still pretty amusing. So, I will say that. I will also say that while listening to this audiobook, I have also gotten, how do I word this, a somewhat better understanding with Nikolai, and he might be rubbing off on me a little bit. Like when I first read Siege and Storm, I couldn't stand him. He was just too, it's like that egotistical boy that feels like because he's a prince he deserves everything, and princes maybe do feel like that. So it is very realistic, but I don't know, I didn't like him. But you know what? He might be growing on me now. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I have an update. So aside from loving Elena and Mel, which I do with my whole heart, I love the idea of Genya and David. I'm just listen. Just listen. Beauty was your armor. Fragile stuff, all show. But what's inside you? That's steel. It's brave and unbreakable, and it doesn't need fixing. Stop. I'm tagging this. And he kissed her. Okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. They're really cute. Like, that's a pairing I never thought about until getting into this book. But I see them. I see they would be really cute. And like, David's awkward. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be happy with either of them by the end of this. I don't know if they'll even be in a lot more of it, but you know what, they're really cute right now and I'm really happy about it. So we'll just continue. I'm gonna read the physical book now because it's just getting easier. My girl. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I might need to mark this whole page because we're finally getting another Mal and Elena moment. You see? I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Mal and Elena are just the best. Well, my markers. Elena, you changed him and you don't even know it. You mean the night in the chapel where she almost sacrificed herself for everybody? You mean that night, Mal? That was a moment in Siege and Storm where I just sobbed. It's fine. Let's continue. He wasn't afraid of Elena. He was afraid of losing her. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it right now, Mal. I can't. I cannot. Maybe this book will be better than I thought. We shall see. Let's continue. Alright guys, we are at the final part of Rowan Rising. I have finished the book a couple days ago. Just haven't updated here yet. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to give some final thoughts. I just filmed an entire review of this book, which, yeah, that'll already be up way before when this goes up. So if you haven't already seen that, go click up above somewhere where that video link is. I'll keep it linked in the screen, and it'll also be linked in the description. So if you want to go see my final thoughts and some spoilery thoughts, click that below. But for this video, we are going to do some brief thoughts on this book that definitely destroyed me. Oh man, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew. I've seen the reviews of this book. I've seen the spoiler thoughts and what happened. So I knew, and I went into it anyway. Guys, I have a problem. I have so many pages tabbed from Elena and Mal scenes. One, I think, from Genya and David that I really loved. But so many of these are Elena and Mal, and I want to live in this world forever where they're happy and they're together. I don't want that to be over. I really don't. I'm really sad that I finished this book. I'm really sad, and I might cry. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's not, but I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. There's just so many of these moments in here. I can't handle it. These characters are just the best. I love it. If you haven't read Rowan Rising, go do it. We'll read the Shadow and Bone series completely, because I can't explain how good these are. This is the first series. No, wait, that's Caraval. Caraval and Shadow and Bone are the first series that have really gotten me back into reading, and I will forever be thankful for them for that. And this whole series is a 4 out of 5 stars. The first book is a 5 out of 5. But this one is easily 4.5 for me. I loved it. I cried. I laughed. It was a great time. Great time reading this. So yes, I definitely recommend it if you have not read it. So go do that, because what the heck are you doing if you haven't read it yet and you're watching this video? Go read it. Just go read it. Go have a great time. Go cry. Because I guarantee that you will. So that's my final thoughts on Rowan Rising. I will say that I loved the adventure part of this book that we got. It was really fun. Sad. Oh my goodness, so sad. I do not even want to talk about what happened to Nikolai. I went into the second book being anti-Nikolai. I didn't like him. He was just annoying to me. He was so arrogant, so conceited, but by the third book, he really, I don't know, I really started to liking him, and then things happened to him in the book that are really upsetting, and I don't want to talk about it. So we're not going to, because I'm not going to put spoilers in here. But if you know what happened to Nikolai in Rowan Rising, then you know. You know the pain. It's upsetting. Leigh Bardugo, how dare you? How dare you? Okay, we're gonna stop and get into the next book. Hello everyone. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different location for this section of the video. As I shared on my community page, I have moved. So I'm still getting the layout of what this is going to all look like in the background. I'm going to have my bookshelves soon that I'm very excited about. So yeah, we're going to have to just live with this for right now. But a better background is coming. So I just finally, it took me a while, but I finally finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and I really liked it. I did. I really enjoyed it. I think the thing that I liked the most about it is how real it all felt. Like, it felt like, does anyone remember the, like, VH1 specials, like, behind the band and all that stuff, and the drama and everything that came with that, which I'm sure everyone here has seen? It reminded me a lot of that. And I listened to the audiobook for this one because I don't have the physical book right now. So I really liked it, and the audiobook was so good and so interesting because, as you all would know if you've read it, there's different actors for each character, so it makes it really feel like a real band, like you're listening to a real band recount their history and the events that happened and what they're up to now. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved the what's the word? The dynamic between Daisy and Billy, and Daisy, Billy, and Camila. That little triangle broke my heart. Like, I'm upset about it. It's fine. But the ending was really cool with how you get that perspective, and I don't want to spoil anything. If anyone still hasn't read it and you would like to read it, I would definitely recommend it. It was really enjoyable and just so interesting. And I compared it to the show because I saw the show before I finished the book. And I personally, I know not all adaptations are good, but this one was very good. The show was so good. The actors were so well casted. Like, Riley as Daisy, spot on. Like, they couldn't have found a better actress. She is Daisy, in my opinion. So, as well as Sam Claflin as Billy. So good. So well done. So, I would definitely recommend the show, as well as I would recommend the audiobook over just reading the book, because the book itself is still really good, but just hearing it through different actors as, like, the different characters is so cool, and it brings such an interesting, like, unique twist on it that I wouldn't have expected without listening to the audiobook. So I definitely recommend the audiobook. Like, there's little details in there as these characters are recounting their lives and the events that happened to lead up to the band breaking up and everything after that. Just, like, there's little, like you can hear, like, a little sarcastic laugh. Like, it's just, like, little details like that. It's so good. And I really did love it, so I understand now why Clockwork Reader recommended it so many times. I get it. I do. I wasn't crying, which, I mean, it takes quite a bit for me to cry at books, so I feel like that's not unusual for me. But I can see where it would make somebody emotional. I could see how it would make somebody cry that feels that connected to it. Definitely. So I would highly recommend it. I had a great time reading it. It'll probably be something I reread again at some point in the future. But for now, I am very thankful for the time that I got to read it, and I would honestly recommend it to everybody. If you haven't read it yet or seen the show, do both, honestly. Listen to the audiobook first and then watch the show. It's so good. It's such a different way of being connected to the world through the audiobook and then through the show. It's so cool. It's so nice that it was adapted well, and that you could tell that the producers and the directors and the writers and the cast really cared about what they were doing and the stories they were telling. You could just feel that. It was phenomenal. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Now let's move on to Avatar. Hey guys, so you might notice I'm in a bit of a different location from the last clip you saw. I just decided to switch things up a little bit, shake it up. I don't know, I really like this little setup that I have, so you might see this used in future videos. We shall see. But, so this next part, I'm going to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, being 100% honest, I've never been into anime. I mean, by saying that, I've never seen any anime, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I will say, after watching the first 2 or 3 episodes, I think, of Avatar. It's on Netflix, if anyone doesn't know. So after seeing the first few episodes of that, I can definitely see how a lot of people love it. It seems like a very light-hearted. I mean, I've only seen the first few episodes, so maybe it gets a lot darker. I don't know, but from what I've seen, it's really good. It's got good messaging of that old late 90s, 2000s, early 2000s TV shows that always taught like a lesson and stuff in the end, which I always really loved in TV when I was a kid, personally, which sounds really nerdy to think about now. Anyway, but yeah, I really liked it. I don't know necessarily that I'll be watching more of it. I mean, I can't really say that yet. I might end up watching more. It's hard to say right now. I'm not sure. But to be honest, I don't watch a lot of animation unless it's Disney, or let's just be totally honest, SpongeBob. Loved that as a kid. Still sometimes watch it now. Oh, and Bob's Burgers. Although, yeah, I guess that counts as animation. But yeah, it's not, like, animation like that isn't necessarily my thing. But I mean, I could see why people like it. So maybe I'll end up giving it more of a watch through. Maybe at least like half of season 1. And then maybe I'll let you guys know in a future video, if I'm now a fan of anime. We'll see. I know my best friend Hannah really loves it. Hannah, if you're watching this, I know you love anime, like Howl's Moving Castle and things like that, so I might have to give those a try. My other friend, my real life friend Hannah, by the way, not Hannah, a Clockwork Reader, because that's what this video is for. Anyway, to get back on track, yeah, I liked it. I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10, but that's also because I didn't grow up watching it. It was around when I was a kid for sure, but I just didn't watch that kind of stuff as a kid. So I don't know, maybe I'll like it more once I see more of it, but as of right now, my initial thoughts are that I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's pretty cute. There's definitely some good banter going on between the characters, which I always love to see. I love to see banter between siblings, friends, whoever. I love that kind of relationship where you can tease each other, because if you know my family in real life, we do a lot of teasing in this family. So that's fun to me. Like, banter is just fun. Sarcasm is like my second language, so I love that. And the what is he? His pet, I don't even remember his name now. I feel awful, but he's really cute. He's really adorable. Would love to see more of him. And actually, it's funny now that I think about that, because working in retail, I worked in toys for a while, if anyone didn't know. I worked in toys, and in one of our aisles, we had like anime toys and stuff, like collectibles, and we had some stuffed animals and like collectibles of Avatar characters, which is really cool and interesting. So just a little fun fact for you, I guess. I don't know if this section even needed a fun fact, but hey, you got one anyway. So yeah, that's my overall opinion on it. I might, like I said, I might watch some more of it in the future, and then maybe rate that as a whole if I see more. But if I do, I'll let you guys know, maybe in another video, or even on Instagram or something, if you're following me there. Let me know if you're following me on there. And yeah, that's it for now. I definitely have to watch more, but let's get on to the next section. Hello, welcome to the final book of my Reading Like a Clockwork Reader video, which is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. So this video has been months in the making, but that's also why I have so many different backgrounds in this video. I'm so sorry, because when I first started this video, I was still living in California, and now I've moved. So here we are, different background in probably each section. I'm so sorry, it's all over the place, but with that being said, let's do our little mini review for The Night Circus. Now, I will say, I went into this book knowing I was going to love it because I love circus stories. I love stories about circuses and tents and just like a big show like Caraval. I know a lot of people have compared this book to Caraval. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, just because it's a very different feel to Caraval. The only real similarity that I see is the obvious that it's centered around a circus, and so is Caraval. Although, is a circus and a carnival the same thing? I don't know, but they both have similar vibes for sure. But I would still prefer Caraval over The Night Circus. That being said, I did still give this book a 5 out of 5 on my Goodreads. I really did enjoy it. I don't know what it is. I love Celia and Marco a lot, naturally. I love a good romance in a book. So I loved Celia just as a character. I thought she was really, really, really interesting, and I don't know, just a really cool point of view of her having no clue what's going on. Neither of them having no clue what's going on. They just know they're in a battle, a competition with each other, but then you get the aspect of the romance, and it's really like fantastical and magical and whimsical and romantic, and I love it. I really, really, really did enjoy this book a lot. Now, the one thing that I did tab, because I kind of did this back and forth with my physical book and my audiobook, so the one thing I did tab, and this, I don't want this to offend anyone, because I know there's differing opinions out there on what I'm gonna say, but this one page, this one area I did tab because it stuck out to me a lot. So to me, part of the character, how do you pronounce his name? Chandrish? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he reminds me, brace yourselves, before I say this, I already know the comments that are coming. I'm sorry, this is just what stuck out to me. Everyone's opinion will be different, but this particular section that I'm going to read stuck out to me as reminding me a lot of P.T. Barnum in The Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman's portrayal of P.T. Barnum. Like, while I was reading this section, 100% Hugh Jackman's face as P.T. Barnum was in my mind as I was reading these words. So let me just read this. It says, "This," Chandrish repeats, "this is the precise flavor that the circus should be. Unusual yet beautiful. Provocative while remaining elegant. This is Kismet. Her coming here tonight. We simply have to have her. I will not accept anything less. Marco, get this lady a chair." Like, that section alone reminded me so much of P.T. Barnum that I was like, I can literally see Hugh Jackman as P.T. Barnum saying this in my mind as I'm reading it, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's what stuck out to me. So I'm really sorry if I offended anyone with their thoughts of this book and comparing somebody like P.T. Barnum to it, but I couldn't get it out of my head. So that's like the one thing that really stuck out to me that I wanted to make sure to mention, because I don't know, maybe someone else got the same vibes. It just, like, to me, I was like, this is P.T. Barnum in my mind saying these words. Like, he would do something like that. That's like, she needs to be here. We need to have her here. We need to have this in our show. Our show cannot go on without this person being shown on stage. Like, that is quintessential P.T. Barnum in Greatest Showman. So, to me, that's what stuck out. But other than that, the rest of the book was so good. I really enjoyed the imagery of it. And it is one that I will go back and reread in the future, do like a full reread, because towards the end of this, I was just trying to finish it so I could get through this video and finish it and post it for you guys to be watching. I I understand it's taken a long time for me to get here, and I'm so sorry, but like, it's been crazy busy. Like, we moved, I'm in school still, I'm still trying to find a job. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And it's been a little overwhelming. So, I'm so sorry this video has taken so long to get here, but we're finally here. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed my thoughts on this book. So, now I just want to give my overall thoughts on the challenge as a whole. And I do want to I can't talk today. It's fine. I do want to give a big shout out to A Clockwork Reader, who obviously this video is for, because I really like her channel and I really like her videos. Her channel has become like a comfort channel to me at this point. Like, when I'm stressed or when I just need something comforting on, I just put on her videos. It helps a lot with my like anxiety and my stress and stuff like that. So her channel has definitely become more of like a comfort channel for me. And if you're watching this and you still haven't watched her videos, I have her channel linked in the description below. Please go check it out. Please, you will not be disappointed. She has so many different videos, like videos for everybody, and they're all good. So just go watch them. I specifically love watching her reading vlogs, like the hour-long ones for Chain of Thorn, and like all of those Cassandra Clare books. Love those videos. Those are some of my favorites just to put on in the background. So highly recommend those. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading challenge. This could be the first of many. I don't know, we'll see. Another one will probably be coming like way later in the future because I need a break from how long this video took me to film and now edit. But that doesn't mean I won't do more in the future. As of right now, I'm also hoping to do a 12 days of Booktober videos. And then I'm also planning to do Bookmas in December, so look out for those. Those I'm sort of still planning out, so we'll see what happens with those. I will update more as we get closer to October and December. So can't wait for you guys to see those. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Wow.